I am making banana pudding, and this is the first stage of it. And then I'm gonna make, I'm gonna make Jello, like with some whipped cream. It's like a pie. My sister makes it, so I'm gonna make it. And I'm waiting for this to thaw, and these Cool Whips to thaw, and then I need the stuff. So yeah, let's just get started. All right. You want to go to the store and get Jello. You can use vanilla. This is the first time I've used this, and or you can use banana cream filling. And then you want to, like, I'm allergic to just about quite a few things, mostly lactose, so I actually have to use vanilla soy milk. So, yeah, you can use plain soy milk if you want to, it doesn't matter. Or you can just use regular milk like the package requires. But this one actually, you take one 6.5 cup servings, I think it's like 5.1 ounces of Jello, and you put the mix in there, and then you add 3 cups of milk. Because soy milk is so thin, I guess you want to say, I only used 2.5 just to make sure that it wasn't too much, and then you have to stir vigorously for like 2 minutes. Okay, keep in mind that there are different stages of the Jello or the pudding mix anyway, so it needs to get thick. So what I'm going to do is put it in the refrigerator and see if it'll speed up the thickening process. It's supposed to take about 5 minutes. Sometimes my experience with soy milk, it may take a little bit longer, maybe 10, maybe 20 minutes. It depends on how cold your refrigerator is and how much milk you used. Like I said, I didn't use the entire amount, so we're going to go ahead and put that together. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and move over to our bowl and get ready to place out our cookies and our bananas. Now we're going to take this box of vanilla wafers. You probably should use the ones that crunch. These don't have that great of a texture, but it really doesn't matter. I guess it doesn't really matter. They were on sale, they were cheaper, and I've used them before. So, yeah, you should get some vanilla wafers, and we're gonna lay them out. Okay, you have crackers. They're supposed to look like this. They're vanilla wafer, and what we want to do is we want to create the illusion of a crust on the bottom. So what we do is we take all of our crackers and we go all the way around. Bowl like that, and we make sure we fill in we can't really fill in all the holes because it's circular, but we fill in everything, so it just kind of looks like you're doing art, I guess, if you want to look at it that way. It's pretty cool when you actually look at it in the end, but the idea is to make sure there is little or no space in the bottom, and that you've created an awesome crust, a crust base for your bananas and your sauce to go on. Okay, part 2 sort of in this process is the bananas. Bananas are really important because it wouldn't be a banana pudding unless the bananas were there. So we need 3 bananas, and what we're going to do is thinly slice these bananas. So I'm going to see if I can show you. I'm going to put the camera down and see if I can get a good view and show you how to thinly slice a banana. The key is to make sure you get a banana that's ripe, and you don't want one that's rotten, but you want one that's ripe, because of course the green bananas, it'll be too early for them and it won't taste right because they're not mature enough, and it gives off a different type of taste. So what we want to do is take off all the peels, and we want to start from the top of the banana and just thinly slice it. You don't really want thick slices. And they can be sort of thick. I like thin slices. And you're going to do this to 3 different bananas because you're going to use all these slices as layers on top of your cookies and on top of your sauce. Okay, so far that's 2 sliced bananas. They're looking pretty good. And it looks like a lot of slices, but it will be used up quickly, so just keep cutting. I covered up my bananas because I'm still waiting for the sauce to be done. And finally, it's not as thick as I'd like it to be. It needs to be a lot thicker, but we might be able to work with that, so we'll see what happens. Anyway, you want to put your vanilla wafers down first, and then because it's not as thick as I'd like, I'm going to go ahead and put bananas on there, on top of the my layers of bananas on top of the cookies. And you want to make sure it's over everything. Just layering. That's why you have to make thin slices, so that it doesn't, it fits everywhere you put it. Also, you don't want to eat like big chunks of banana when you, well, I don't want to eat it. Yeah, you can slice it any way you want, doesn't matter. Okay. You just keep going around the circle till you fill in the holes. You can use as many banana slices as you want. It's pretty messy, so yeah. Texture is kind of gross. They might want to stick together. Some people use lemon juice to keep the bananas from going brown. I prefer to cut them right before I get ready to put them in the pudding, so that browning doesn't occur. And then we want to go around. No, we don't. Not with that. Yeah, that should be good. Alright. Okay, now you just need to layer the top part like you did with the other one. And then all you're doing is layering and layering, and then you're just going to cover it with pudding. And that will be your banana pudding. You just keep layering and keep layering and keep layering. Let's see if the pudding is a little bit thicker, but all you're going to do is pour it over there, so it doesn't really matter how thick it is. And see the browning of the bananas, don't worry so much about that, because once the pudding is on them, it'll take care of the rest. So we're going to look in there and see if we can get something thick. It's not as thick as I'd like it to be, but it's okay. So we're going to take the rest of it and just pour it over just the pudding. Pour it over. Some people bake this. I just generally put it in my refrigerator, or the refrigerator in this case, and let it sit overnight. And if it gets out of sync, because keep in mind all of this is supposed to set, so it's okay if it's kind of weird looking to begin with. You can fix that before you put it in there. Like I said, cooking with soy milk is different. You have to get used to the texture, and you have to get used to what it's supposed to look like. But that's generally what it looks like, and hopefully in the morning it will be really good. What I did with the extra bananas is I put them on the side, kind of created a banana crust. Generally people put a cookie crust around it, but I ran out of wafers, so I just made a banana crust. And so it'll be bananas throughout, and it'll be cookies throughout, and then pudding in between all of that. Alright, well, thanks for watching. Peace.